It does look kind of lame against bald heads.
Yeah, I know, it does. It does.
Okay, what are we doing today, guys?
Okay, so in 2012, I'd never been touched by cancer and its horrible effects, but my father died of a rare cancer within 4 months from diagnosis to death. And at the time that he was actually ill and I thought he'd recover, I said I'd never cut my hair until he got better. And I ended up 2 years later with a huge pile of dreadlocks, and my mother in the meantime had become very associated with Rare Cancers Australia, which was the type of cancer that took my father out. And I shaved my... first of all, I did a crowdfunding campaign to say, should I shave my dreadlocks or keep my word? And because my mum wanted me to shave my head, but I'd made that pledge, it was kind of difficult, but ultimately it was decided I should shave my head. And it was at that point that I decided, well, the game's only just begun, so why don't I just shave half of my head, keep fundraising for another month, and bring attention to the fact that 50% of all cancer deaths are from rare and less common cancers. And so I shaved half of my head for a month, and I had all my staff meetings and Christmas and my birthday and New Year's Eve and a whole bunch of important work stuff to do, but still turned up with my t-shirt into these meetings, and managed to raise $8,000. And one of my very, very good friends in the world is Phil DeShano, and he'd failed to contribute to that campaign, and so as a result he was nominated for the next Rare Cut. And fast forward today from when I finished my Rare Cut, and Phil has agreed to take on the mantle of the Rare Cut, which means that for the next month he will be with half a head of hair shaved and half a head of hair as it was for the next month, before he can return to his usual short hairstyle. And all of the awareness that we hope to raise and then to pass on to future generations is aimed at raising awareness around rare cancers. 50% of all cancer deaths are from rare cancers, but by their very nature they're rare, so they happen in between 1 to 6 people per 100,000, and so they don't get the sort of funding or drug company payback that breast cancer or your more common cancers get, which get funding. And so Rare Cancers Australia is actually championing all sorts of things into research and development, cures and support for rare cancer patients, and all of the money that is raised through having a Rare Cut goes to Rare Cancers Australia. And it's a huge honour for me that Phil would consider doing this, and he's about to go through with this. And I'd just like to say, before he's even done it, how much courage he has. And at the end of the month, I look forward to seeing all of his friends gather around him and support him with his support of Rare Cancers Australia. And I'd just like to say thank you. And Fiona, as the person that's probably going to be most affected by this, because most stuff kind of glosses over Phil, in a very water off a duck's back kind of way, I'd like to invite you to shave his head and feel really good about it and understand how courageous his decision is. And it's not somebody who's going to sit back and just say, well, this is atrocious and I can do nothing about it. He's going to shave his head for it, so I appreciate that very much.
Yes. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah. All right. Should we do this?
I think you should take a seat.